So you've been up to anything fun this weekend besides running your brains out?
That did quite put me on my butt for Saturday. I did a 25K.
I don't know how the hell you're doing that, man.
It's just you just have the mileage each week.
I can't do it anymore. I tried running.
Anymore. You're not in your 50s.
No. But I put a lot of muscle on.
That's true. You have been hitting the
really
weights.
hard to run, like ridiculously hard to run. So I
And you've
don't
had
think I can do it anymore.
You've had to switch to sleeveless shirts.
Not yet. I did have to buy a bunch of new work shirts because my chest was too tight.
Oh my god.
I've put on like 20 pounds of muscle since
Jesus.
starting.
Every time you sneeze, everything just rips in half.
Yeah, exactly. I was having that problem. I've already sized out of one of my work shirts. It's only suitable for an unbuttoned, over the top, stylish look now, rather than buttoned up and ready to go.
Once you settle on your size, you'll be able to get fitted for a suit. You'll just have to maintain that.
Yeah. Well, my size will be determined by the max weight on all the machines. I'm steadily approaching max on all of them.
No, my goodness. I don't know how you do that. You say you're impressed with my running. I'm impressed with your weightlifting.
I think that's genetics. I'm not doing anything. I'm literally just trying to lift more each time.
I mean, that's difficult.
During the lifting, it does not feel difficult. So now, this past week, my legs finally stopped hurting on Saturday, I think.
Oh, wow.
After going up to 370 on the calf lift. But I'm more concerned about getting myself an aneurysm or something.
You're just trying to achieve your goal of being able to slice through a stop sign.
Yeah, exactly. That one scene from JoJo, I'm happy you remembered.
Of course.
Dio slices through the stop sign with his foot like it's butter.
Every time you send me your what you're like lifting, like, damn, he's kind of getting close to that though. I know we joked about it earlier, but
yeah, no, I'm pretty happy. It's a little awkward though because it's still, even though it's muscle weight, it still feels, it's like I'm chunky. It's like, well, no, I hopped in a lake.
You're muscly.
Like
you're muscly. It's muscle.
If my lungs aren't at least 75% full of air, I sink in water. So
you're dense like a rock.
Yeah.
Well, look, you combine your weightlifting with my cardio. There's nothing you can do.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I'll carry you on my back while you run us, right?
How does wait?
Don't think about it. Just
okay.
It'll work. All right, you want to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Audio Shop Podcast. This week, we are reviewing "Traveling Without Moving" by Jamiroquai. This is not because we've been playing Peak a bunch and reenacting the Virtual Insanity music video. Not at all.
The little treadmill hand movement thing where he slides towards the camera. Yeah, no, totally not that reason.
I need to see if I can get a mod to get the Jamiroquai hat.
Oh, that'd be so good.
That would be really good. Somebody's got to have made that.
Oh, 100%. Though I'm sure they'd be able to fit in. They're doing a new update for Peak here soon. Adding a new biome.
Ooh, that'll be exciting. It's getting a little stale with the same things every time.
Yeah, since it's come out tomorrow.
Ooh, exciting.
So, but back to Jamiroquai.
Yeah.
This is actually our second album of theirs that we reviewed, Sam. Do you remember their first?
I did. Once we got to a certain point in the album, I'm like, wait a second, didn't this happen last album too? Yeah, it was it Emergency on Planet Earth?
Yes, we reviewed that back in 2019.
And I was fixing our numbering. This is actually 146. It's not 144. You duplicated 110 and you duplicated 125. So
look, counting up one every week is incredibly difficult. They still haven't taught computers how to do that.
No, they have not.
Yeah, no, so it's been a hot second since we've done a Jamiroquai review. Mm-hmm. So to remind everyone out there, Jamiroquai, of course, is an English acid jazz rap, no, not rap, but funk band from London, formed back in 1992. They are British, yes.
We probably had this conversation last time, too.
Yeah, so led by frontman JK. And kind of a very big slew of genre influences. Like I said, funk, acid jazz. They got some rock, some disco, electronic, Latin.
Mm-hmm.
They've had a lot of lineups over the years, with JK kind of being the main head of it. But they're sold quite well. 26 million copies or albums worldwide. And this album, Traveling Without Moving, which was released in 1996, was considered the best-selling funk album in history at the time. I'm not sure if that's still true, but I don't think funk's necessarily made a comeback since 1996, so
yeah,
I assume that probably holds. Also earned them a Grammy for Video of the Year for their famous Virtual Insanity music video.
Makes sense.
Which, of course, did my homework. I rewatched it.
Yeah.
Still holds up. Still a good video.
My partner hadn't seen that, so I had to sit there and watch it.
And you sat there and you said, actually, it's not the floor that's moving. It's the room that's moving. That's just required by anyone who watches that video.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, this is their third album, released in 1996. I think generally considered their best album, and certainly their best-selling album, with over 8 million copies. And yeah, kind of solidified Jamiroquai as kind of, this kind of leading funk group. So with all that said, you ready to jump into it, Sam?
Yeah, we can get going with track number 1.
Yeah, track number 1, Virtual Insanity. And I actually should mention before we jump into the track listing here is that they had this album's come out like in a bunch of different versions and like editions and whatever. There's an Australian bonus discs. There's like a 20th anniversary version. There's like remix versions. Mm-hmm. Some have like bonus tracks or hidden tracks. We're just kind of doing the core set here, tracks 1 through 12, starting with Virtual Insanity, ending with Spend a Lifetime.
I should say I opened up the first one that popped up. And I'm like, 2 hours? Okay, hold on. This doesn't seem right.
Yeah, no, the remastered version has like some additional remixes and like a hidden track and a bonus track. So, but we're just kind of keeping focused on the main release, which is weird because I was debating it because technically there's 2 standard editions, one containing the bonus track Do You Know Where You're Coming From, and one containing a hidden track called Function, but they're not both on like both standard releases, so I just cut them both.
That's fair. Okay.
Because one's a bonus track, one's a hidden track, so. But all that being said, we're track number 1. It's Virtual Insanity. I think that's hard to argue that this is their most famous song.
Yes, it is, but I will say not this version is not their most famous song, because this has the full intro and a very long breakdown in the middle.
Yes, this is the album version, which is like almost 6 minutes. I know the radio version's obviously tightened up a bit.
Yeah, I can say I see why they made the radio edit.
Not that I think it's bad that it's longer, but it certainly isn't anything. It doesn't really add anything to, different.
No.
Like you said, extended intro and kind of an extended outro.
Yeah, it's it's of course, it's got the funk bass guitar that you love slapping away in the background, but that breakdown, it drops the energy so much, especially when the vocals stay quite hyped up at the same level of energy, but the backing track just completely goes away for the most part.
I don't mind the breakdown. It's got like almost a bossa nova-esque vibe with the acoustic and the synth breakdown. It's got a key change too.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's just it was a little jarring when I was expecting, I'd never heard this version before. I'd only ever heard the radio edit.
That's true. And that's obviously the most. That's the one they used for their music video and everything.
Because I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean it's different? The music video should have the actual version, shouldn't it?
Yeah, no, but obviously I'll be saying this throughout the album, but JK, that man can sing.
Yes.
And he's not afraid to show it. He has a very smooth voice and can really hit those falsetto notes, which he does quite frequently.
Yes. He sounds like a woman when he sings, I'll be honest.
Yes, he's got a very high register.
Very high register.
You see a picture of the guy and you're like, okay, this does not look like the voice I was imagining.
No, No, it does not. That was certainly a shock for me. Even though I'm pretty sure I had seen the Virtual Insanity music video prior to my first time making the connection, but excuse me.
Yeah, but I mean, a great opener. I mean, obviously, just besides JK's vocal singing, the production on the song, it's obviously got a strong funk underflow, but like a really, heavy synth presence. Keep it kind of futuristic while keeping the funk roots, and just like really floats along.
Yeah, it's a hell of a start to an album.
Yeah, and it leads us right into track number 2, if you're ready, Sam.
Yes, sir.
Cosmic Girl.
Which immediately ups the level of funk.
And the level of spaciness.
Yes. Got some really nice electric trilling synth and a really nice warbly one in the left ear at around the 50-second mark that I think is cooler.
I always wonder why there's seems to be a strong connection between funk and space-themed songs. Maybe some sort of sense of freedom.
Yeah, it does feel quite out there, spacey.
Yeah, and I mean this has a very strong melodic hook.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a little more playful than Virtual Insanity, even though both are funky. Virtual Insanity had a bit of a kind of a, I'm not going to say pessimistic undertone, but there's certainly
What are you talking about? Those lyrics were perfectly normal.
Yeah, about kind of the doomed earth. Oh, this one's got a little bit of goofiness in it, which I like.
Yeah.
I mean, the part where he does the space lady's voice, and JK, who's already got a pretty high register, does a lady voice.
Yeah. Didn't think he did get much higher. And I was going to say, I don't think we've had an album this year without bongos, but they fit in quite well during this breakdown in this song.
Honestly, I mean, bongo's a little bit of an unsung hero sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it has a nice extended outro as well with the sends me into hyperspace when I see her pretty face, repeating line. A lot of the lyrics in the song are just making space metaphors about how much he likes this girl.
Yeah. Jumping to track number 3 if you're ready, Coop.
Yes, track number 3, Use the Force, which is quite the change up.
Yeah. This one, what does it remind me of? The similar drum style to the Masayoshi Takanaka Star Wars thing. Remember that song?
The Star Wars song?
Yeah.
I do not.
Oh, what album was that on? Was that on? That wasn't on guitar. Oh, crap. Which album was that on?
Here, just start reading through the albums and I'll remember one of them.
Yeah, let's
spend the next 48 albums
going through those. But it's got that kind of it feels like rhythmic falling, like the drums are falling over themselves. Not a bad thing, but that's always the feeling I get from it.
Yeah, it's a very not uncontrolled percussion, but very driving.
Yeah.
It's very interesting instrumentation here because the singing itself is pretty light and self-affirming, but the chorus with the horns and that super bassy underlying synth kind of has this certain dissonance to it. Not in a bad way, but in a bit of an off-kilter way.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the brass, and it's kind of pulling that deep synth in. It gives me, I don't know if you got this, I kind of got Weapon of Choice vibes with this for some reason.
I'm not sure if I picked up on that, but I can kind of see it.
I don't know what it was.
I mean, certainly within the danceable energy.
Yeah, the second half with the record scratches and the tempo and the beat, it was this is giving me flashes of Weapon of Choice.
You thought maybe when did Weapon of Choice come out? That was Fatboy Slim, right? Yeah, it was a couple years after this, so
yeah, it wasn't before this. It's not a carbon copy at all. It was just I'm kind of getting the same sort of vibe.
I don't know. His music video also has a guy dancing.
That's true. That's a good point.
Clear plagiarism.
Dancing in
JK's
my
music
video? You're talking to my lawyer.
I guess theirs was Christopher Walken, so Yeah, no, fun song.
Jump into track number 4 if you're ready then.
Yes, track number 4, Every Day, which brings the energy down a little bit. A little more smoky, a little more bassy, a little more sensual.
Yes, heck of a slowdown. It worked, but the slowdown works really well with the strings soaring over the top, and I swear they turn the bass up even more.
Oh, the bass is so bassy on this song. But just to know, yeah, they slow it down, but they do not lose the funk on it.
No,
if anything, they kind of pile it on.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is supposed to be the sexy song. So, of course, sexy song, bongos, instantly.
I mean, what's sexier than bongos? Name is sexier percussion, the Glockenspiel.
Yeah, that always gets me in the mood.
The wind chime.
What's the vibra slap? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, what's that wooden one where it's like a ribbed wooden stick that you like drag another stick over?
I don't remember what that's called, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Sounds like a frog croaking.
Yeah. I've got a lot of percussion names memorized, but not that one.
Yeah, no, it's a change of pace, but it's a
bongos is the sexiest of all.
Yes, of all percussion. But yeah, no, not just the bongos, but paired well with the violins.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the JK's singing style still works over this instrumentation, though it brings the energy down a little bit.
Yeah, I will say he felt very far back in the mix on this, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's really letting those instruments shine, but it was just like, kind of was like, well, I'm sitting trying to listen to it. I get if you've got this on in the background and you're maybe doing something else, that'd be fine. But for this, I'm like, I'm really strained in to kind of hear him.
I think it works. JK's vocals are, they're very distinct.
Yes.
So I think if you want to focus on instrumentation, you got to bring them a little bit back.
Ooh, sorry. Jumping to track 5 if you're ready, Coop.
Yes, track number 5. All Right.
Not the ELO hit from Zoom 2001.
And not the Kendrick Lamar hit from To Pimp a Butterfly 2015. They both stole it straight from here.
Yep. Well, no, I think the ELO one might have come out first. No, I take it back. 2001. I'm an idiot. I even said it.
This is 1996.
Yep. I don't know my names.
Jeff Lynne was probably, he's like, oh, I've got to make music now. Inspired by Jamiroquai.
Yeah, I mean, stranger things have happened.
That's true. I don't think he ever made much of a funk turn, though.
No. Not that I remember, anyway. But this one, speaking of funk, keeps turning up the funk, and the bass line here is just right at the top of the mix.
It is a tasty bass. And paired with this like very forward synthy bloops. Mm-hmm. Like I said, it really does kind of build up the funk over, because it starts pretty low energy and then it really builds it further.
Yeah, it's really nice at the start, and it's a little bit of a simpler track. The main chorus is quite loopy, but it builds very nicely.
Yeah, I think by the end of the song, it builds to a satisfying conclusion. With a synth line that at like the 3:15 point, that reminds me of nothing else other than like Redbone of all things, from Childish Gambino.
Yeah. I didn't. I'll have to listen to that again. I wasn't getting that.
Yeah, if you listen to that synth line that comes in like 3:15, I'm like, oh, this is. I mean, Redbone is already a pretty funky song, but like this is very much seems like an inspiration point.
It probably is. I do like the tambourine that comes in to help. That's quite nice.
Yeah, the thing that revisiting this album kind of showed me is that there's some really good production choices on this album. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously, it's a funk album. It's not like a straightforward. It's like kind of jamming. There's a lot of interesting like production choices going on here that kind of help build up the song. Like very well balanced percussion. Mm-hmm. With the synths and the violins that kind of really lead to a satisfying song progression.
I will say it kind of feels it's a groove song. It feels like a bit of a jam session. I felt, not that it's not structured, but it feels a little less formal, if that makes sense.
I didn't get that as too much, just because the song progression almost seems too like well thought to, like not necessarily that a jam session can have song progression, but clearly the kind of introduction of some of the synth lines and some of the percussion elements seems to like be very well thought of. But I can see where you're coming from.
I get what you're saying with that, though. That as jam session as it can be with well thought out builds.
Yes. Maybe start as a jam session, they kind of morphed it into a song. There's some tinkering.
Jumping to track 6 if you're ready.
Yes, track number 6, High Times.
And rather than starting funky, this one starts with a real farty bass synth line.
Yeah, like super thick synth.
And kind of that real farty bass is offset by the trumpets and the triangle player going absolutely crazy in the left ear.
Yeah, the verse in the song comes in and really adds like a big band stumbling into a funk session type vibe.
Mm-hmm. And
which I'm quite here for.
I was wondering why this was a long song, and then we started hitting solos. So we get the sax solo first, which is kind of competing with the vocal line for the main focus, but it is quite a good sax solo. A little short, honestly, if you ask me.
Yeah. This song's kind of built out to be like, I mean, the chorus and the verses are a little on the short side, obviously to give time for the instrumentation to breathe here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the longest song of the album at 6 minutes. I mean, I guess if you count Function, which is the hidden track, but that's like 8.5 minutes. But that's a true like kind of jam song of they're just kind of not dicking around, but kind of being a little less formal with it. Right, this one I think it keeps their eye on the prize a little bit better.
But it doesn't quite so much build so long as shift different parts of it to the top. Because after the sax solo, we get the electric guitar solo in there as well.
Yeah, which I quite like how they kind of shift around here. And they also introduce I'm not sure what instrument it is at the very end. It has a very a bit of a reedy quality to it. Maybe it's like a very muted trumpet. But they just kind of shift things around in terms of the main solo, which I think quite leaves this song pretty driving.
I didn't catch that. I'll have to see what I'm usually pretty good with instrument ID.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, it comes in at probably the 5:15 point. This kind of I'm thinking it's a muted trumpet.
I'll have to go back and listen.
Yeah, if you're ready, Sam, we can go to the next track.
Track 7.
Yes, Drifting Along. This is where they earn that reggae tag.
Yes. Not quite very funky, but quite good reggae. I said that the trombone player got locked out of the studio, so they just had him play through the glass window.
He is kind of far away.
He's quite far away and a little bit muted.
I'm thinking of a Naked Gun-esque joke where he just has super long tuba line.
Yeah.
So he has to stand super far back so he doesn't knock into the microphone.
But
this is.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, this is a straight reggae cut. It's got the classic reggae kind of electric guitar backing, and a little bit more of a intentionally sparse instrumentation.
Yeah, it's not got much building to it either. So it kind of stays where it starts. But it's not bad because of it. The vocals are again super far back in the mix. And nothing feels close to the top of the mix or your ear aside from the woodblock hits. That's the only thing that feels anywhere in the room with you.
Yeah, they definitely cut through. But yeah, honestly, without even the slower cuts from earlier in the album felt pretty cohesive. This one definitely, without the bass guitar or the synth, certainly feels like a genre shift.
Yeah, and I thought of it as something that somebody would blast on their boat while they're, rolling around.
Oh yeah, this is the definite beach vibes. And it does have a nice ending with the kind of the la la la's.
Yeah. It doesn't really grow anywhere, but it's not bad because of it.
Yeah. Luckily, that's the last shift in genre for the album.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's go to track number 8 if you're ready, Sam.
Yeah.
Digirama. That's, of course, didgery as in didgeridoo.
Yep. The title tells you exactly what it is. There's a lot of didgeridoos, and they just keep piling more and more on.
Yes, this is if you listen to their first album, Emergency on Planet Earth, you'll probably remember the didgeridoo song.
And it wasn't until I got to this song that I'm like, wait a second, did this happen on the first album we reviewed as well?
They can't keep getting away with this. Like, imagine if every album that ELO put out had like a Battle of Martian Moor equivalent. It's like every 7th song they're like, oh yeah, let's just do another orchestral historical cut.
Oh yeah, I forgot that this is their thing that they always do.
Yeah, so they inexplicably really love the didgeridoo. And when you say it's the main instrument, you're not joking. I'd have trouble classifying this as a song through the traditional sense. It's more of like a soundscape.
Yeah. Because you got that bird song that's kind of stacked underneath all the didgeridoos, and around the 150 mark, I don't know if you picked it up, it was the first 2 notes of Watermelon Man.
I did not figure that out.
It did it twice, but it's like it gets embarrassed and it stops and goes away.
Did that like activate something in your brain?
It did. Yeah, I heard that. I'm like, oh. I thought it was gonna start and it didn't.
Honestly, that would be the funniest idea, to have like a 8-minute didgeridoo song and like halfway through they just start playing a Watermelon Man. But no, this song's committed to the didgeridoo. It's got bird sounds, like some wind and leaf sounds, like some percussive elements kind of sneak in with a couple other instruments, but this is very much just focused on creating kind of almost a very trance-like didgeridoo state.
Yeah, heavily on the trance. And it was about halfway through the song when I went and checked how much was on Emergency on Planet Earth.
Now, I will give Jamiroquai this accolade, is the fact that this has about 2.6 million listens on Spotify, which is probably the most listened to didgeridoo song on planet Earth. Well, of course, with the exception of You're Ready, Sam.
Yes, yeah, we can jump to track number 9.
Track number 9, Digital Vibrations. And yes, that is digital spelled as in didgeridoo, because they made a second goddamn didgeridoo song.
This one is much less didgeridoo, though.
Yes.
And I said, of course, the only rollover they have on this album is for the fucking didgeridoos.
Which honestly is really funny.
Yeah, it's a Rain song rolling in from last track to this one. But, this one just has the do for the bass. And it stacks some really nice acoustic guitar and soaring strings on top of it.
Yes, I will say this is an actual, like, proper instrumental, and like having a little bit more of a laid-back jam session vibe, but it's got bass, it's got acoustic. Certainly it's got the didgeridoo kind of floating underneath everything, but it almost acts as like a synth equivalent, right? Where it just kind of provides the grounding.
Yeah. And you get some ethereal vocals come in eventually as well. Overall, it's very slow, but I like it.
Oh yeah, no, I definitely like it too. It's got almost a trippy quality as it gets into it. Like once those violins and synth elements are introduced, and even eventually some backing vocals. Mm-hmm. It's not even purely instrumental, but it's clearly kind of putting you in a vibey headspace.
Mm-hmm. But but as for being another heavily didgeridoo song, I think they keep it together a little bit more than than the previous one.
Yeah, I think this is probably, I mean, not to discriminate against the didgeridoo, but this is probably the most mileage you can get out of the instrument.
Yeah.
On a song without it being digorama.
Yeah.
Where it just becomes this kind of weird soundscape.
Jumping to track number 10, if you're ready, Coob.
Yes, track number 10. The title track, Traveling Without Moving.
And the start of this one, I said, it sounds like, because the vocal performance kind of starts up slow on this, it does feel a bit like he didn't know the didgeridoos were going to finish, and so he's like coming from the back where he was taking a break and trying to get to the front, just doing random vocal lines as he struggles his way to the front of the band.
Yeah, and it does start with car noises, auto shop, huh? Mm-hmm. There we go. Also, this album title kept giving me a confusion because I forgot that the British way of spelling traveling's with 2 L's. All the American versions with 1 L.
I'm like, there's no world in which traveling has 2 L's, because I was typing all of the previous albums we did into our big list to keep track of things.
There's a world. It's foggy London town.
Yeah, and I was doing the 2 L's in Traveling Wilburys. I'm like, that's not how you spell traveling. What's going on here? But it's this one's nefarious. Like color with a U, okay, that's fine. Yeah, but like with 2 L's, that's you're just trying to be tricky at this point. That's just unnecessarily duplication of letters.
At some point, someone, either the Americans or the British, spelled it the wrong way and said, "No, that's how we spell it over here."
Now, I might we just have to stick with it. Here, but originally the reason those extra letters were dropped over here, at least I heard, was because it was cheaper. Because you didn't have to put them in the printing press.
You paid by the letter?
Yes. So, color, why do you need a U? It's already spelled color. Or traveling. Why do we need 2 L's? Now, I don't know if that's true. There's also many examples throughout history of something being considered upper class in England, and then everyone starts doing it, so the upper class say, no, that's the lower class way of doing it, and they change.
No,
like
whatever.
Soccer, that's a good example of one. The upper class used to call it soccer, but then everyone did, so they're like, no, it's football.
Which, to be fair, makes more sense.
Yes.
But I'm not dropping the L here.
No.
But yeah, no, this is it's a funky cup. It's also introducing a lot of hip hop elements, especially 90s hip hop elements with kind of some of the rock art scratching and production choices here.
I'll be honest, most of this song I spent banging my head against the table trying to figure out why that bass line sounds so familiar, and it is very close to the bass line from Turn Me Loose by Loverboy.
I'm not sure if I'm familiar with that one.
Really? It's a one-hit wonder. It's a classic rock one. You might not.
Came out in 1981, so very well could have been an inspiration.
But it's got that it starts with the bass line, that do 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 do, very similar to what's going on here.
Oh, they made the song "Working for the Weekend." Okay.
Oh, right.
I know that one.
I always think Loverboy's a one-hit wonder, and I'm like, oh yeah, they did.
They're a two-hit wonder.
Yeah. Working for the Weekend's their more popular song, definitely.
But yeah, no, this is it's a nice funk track. Like I said, it has some interesting hip hop elements, but kind of pretty straightforward, all things considered.
Interesting that they chose the name to name the album after it. Honestly, it's like, really, this was you listen to the whole album and you're like, this is it. This is the best one.
Yeah, it's not even one of the singles from this album.
No, it's okay, whatever, man.
Maybe it's more of a case they just liked the song of the
title.
The title of the song.
Yeah. Traveling Without Moving does quite fit with the music video for
Virtual Insanity.
So there's layers like an onion there.
So I think that's just a case of they came up with a good song title and they're like, well, we got to get the most out of this.
Yeah.
Have it full double duty.
Jumping to track 11, if you're ready.
Yes, track number 11. You Are My Love. Which kind of goes back to the big band feel.
Mm-hmm.
With kind of trumpets really in your face.
Yeah, I really love the trumpets here. And there's one, they mixed it really well, but I like trumpets, so I wish it was a little higher. There's a really screaming high one way in the back there that I really like.
Yeah, no, I mean, the production continues to be great on this album. I mean, this one's a lot more bold and in your face, especially with the kind of electric guitar that's going on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
And certainly even has like some spacey breakdowns to let the song breathe a little bit.
It's there's a lot going on in this one instrumentally. It's so dense. There's so much going on, but at the same time, it's still so light and airy.
Yeah, I think that's one of the more impressive elements of Jamiroquai, the fact that their songs actually do kind of have a lot going on under the hood. If you like individually pick out like the pieces, but they blend together so seamlessly. You don't really notice unless you're looking for it.
Yeah,
it's complex in its simplicity, yet simple in its complexity.
There's a lot of different moving parts, but they're not all playing at the same time, so it doesn't have that depth or the wall of sound to it. And honestly, the only thing that could have made this instrumental on this one better was didgeridoos.
Okay, all right.
Listen, they dedicate 2 whole songs to it, but they won't put it in one of their quote-unquote normal songs? All right, whatever.
Cowards. A lot of them. But yeah, that takes us to the final track. Are you ready, Sam?
Yes, track 12.
Track number 12, Spend a Lifetime, which is a bit of a low-key sad boy cut.
It also kind of another sexy song.
A little sexy, a little sad.
Yeah. I feel like they only have 2 settings, either high energy or bedroom music.
I mean, JK's voice works well for both, so they're playing to their strengths.
But some really somber strings to start here with the bass guitar and calm vocals. It is relaxing, even if it is a bit of a sad boy song.
Yeah, it's got a much tighter instrumental focus on, like you said, the violins and also the piano. Or kind of, tightens in on that particular sound. Which I think makes for a nice ender to the album.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like I said, depending on the edition you got, you either have Do You Know Where I'm Coming From or Function both playing afterwards, which Function especially I think is a little excessive.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest. So I think this is a much better ender.
Yeah, nice to end it on a calm one.
And of course, JK's vocal delivery continues to be stellar.
Mm-hmm. But unless you got anything else, Coop, that's the album.
No, that is the album.
So now we gotta say our favorite and least favorite tracks. So what would you say your least favorite track is?
I mean, you'll probably not be surprised that I'm probably not going to be revisiting Digirama to I mean, I appreciate what it did. I appreciate a didgeridoo soundscape in the middle of your funk album. And, it's not like it's bad to listen to, but it's not like, I mean, look, it has digital vibrations right afterwards, which I think is a far superior didgeridoo song.
Completely
right
disagree.
there.
I would pick Digirama over digital vibrations.
Really?
Yes. Because if I pick up a can that says didgeridoo and it's got 1 in it, I'm going to go back to the grocery store and say, hey, you only canned 1 didgeridoo in this whole thing. I pick up a can of Digirama and I open it and it explodes with didgeridoos. I'm going to be happy with my purchase.
Well, I don't look. If any other instrument, if someone said, "Oh, this song's got such good bass," and I listen to it, it's just a bass guitar over bird sounds. I'm not going to say, "Oh, wow,
no,
this guy has good taste."
Bass guitar, 17 bass guitars.
Okay. I'm not sure if I can agree with you on this one, Sam.
That's fair. I never said
again,
my tastes in music were saying.
That's true. I mean, it's interesting, but I mean, I'd have to, if I had to choose one to get rid of, it had to be Digirama. Like I said, there's already another better didgeridoo song on the album, so I don't even feel bad for cutting it.
Better is a matter of opinion.
Well, what's your least favorite then?
Honestly, what is it? Either Drifting Along or Digital Vibrations. I might have to give it to Drifting Along because similar to its title, it does kind of just drift along. It's interesting in its departure from the funk to reggae, but it doesn't do much other than a style change.
I can see that. It's certainly a competent reggae song, but it is a bit of a right turn.
It just kind of sits. Now, if it did a little something with it, I'd be more open to it, but it's just kind of there. What about your favorite track, Coop? What would you say your favorite one is?
Whew, that's a tough one, because there's a lot of good tracks on this album. I mean, if I had to follow my heart, I'd probably go with maybe the most obvious pick and go with Virtual Insanity.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a rock solid song. Great vocal performance, great instrumentation. We didn't really touch on it, but like an interesting lyrical like bass line, which you don't typically see on your funk songs, right?
No.
About like fear of like change and technology into the future. So yeah, just all around a great and solid song. I mean, I can see why it's their most popular song. It is completely funky and danceable. While also making you think.
Yeah.
That's why I listen to music, to think.
We gotta think.
What about you, Sam?
I think I'm gonna have to go with the Digirama. No, it's Virtual Insanity as well. For all the same reasons. For all the same reasons. I mean, I routinely listen to that song, so it only makes sense.
All right. Well, that's our favorite and least favorite. So now we're going to give it a rating.
Yeah. Do you remember whose turn it is?
I think it's mine.
Okay. Well, you go for it. What's the rating system, Coop?
Yeah. Well, I remember back in 1996. Me and Sam were just getting around to finally inventing the podcast. Obviously, there's no personal phones or anything yet, so we were just trying to get it off the ground. People were like, "Isn't that just a radio show?" And we go, "No, it's completely different." But JK gives us a call and says, "Hey guys, I'm writing the song Traveling Without Moving, but I don't know what kind of noise to put at the very beginning of it." We said, "Have you tried putting in car noises?" And he said, "No, that's stupid. Go away." And then the album comes out, and what do we hear? Car noises.
Yep. He took our advice.
And guess what? We didn't see a single cent from this album. And he also went up to you, Sam, and said, "Hey, what do you think of this fuzzy hat? I'm thinking about ditching it." And you keep that.
Yep.
Didn't get anything from that as well. So,
But I mean, honestly, with the years of friendship we had before that, I wouldn't expect a penny in return. But at least a card would have been nice.
That's true. He did teach us to play that wooden Australian instrument. I can't quite remember the name off the top of my head, but So we're still tied. But with all that being said, that's why we have this rating system. All right, the tip top, we got Showroom. That's the cream of the crop, the best of the best. You got to listen to it. And all the way in the bottom, we have Scrapyard. That's the, ooh, yuck, get it away from me. Never want to touch it again, bottom of the barrel. Then we got Like New, Fixer Upper, Used Rental. And we'll give it a high or low depending on how we're feeling that day. So with all that being said, Sam, what would you rate Traveling Without Moving by Jamiroquai?
I think I'm going to give this a pretty high Like New, I think. It's a solid album overall. Starts off very strong, kind of falls off in the middle, and doesn't quite reach those same heights near the end. Overall, I mean, it's a very good album experience. I'd recommend it as an album experience, but it doesn't quite all hit that high level of excitement or drive that you'd expect from a Showroom. What about you, Coop? What do you think?
Yeah, part of it, maybe a little bit of the nostalgic talking. This was an album that I played and had on CD back when I was a little kid. We had a little jukebox in my bedroom, and we'd pop on Jamiroquai. But I really am feeling a low Showroom on this one.
Wow. Okay.
So I mean, I agree, it's not airtight. I mean, maybe a little bit too much didgeridoo.
That's I disagree with you there. I quite like Digirama.
Okay, and let's say an inappropriate amount of didgeridoo, whichever direction you want to take that. But I mean, this is just a solid funk album. I mean, the singles are iconic and super well put together. I think it's got some interesting deep cuts. And even where it's at, it's like, maybe quote unquote worse. I think it's still bringing interesting ideas. I mean, in terms of like a funk album that has great instrumentation performances, a fantastic vocal performance, a solid track of songs that I keep coming back to. I mean, I listened to this, wrote down all these reviews, went for a run, and I just put it back on to run to. Right, I just was not tired of it. Yeah, I just love this album, and I mean, I don't want to say they don't make it like they used to, but I mean, I don't think there's a lot of albums like this to begin with. So, yeah, can highly recommend.
All right, old man.
Why don't the more modern pop songs have the didgeridoo in it? If JK can do it, why can't Selena Gomez?
Is Selena even still making music? Is that not an outdated reference even?
Oh God, I'm old. Sorry, Sabrina Carpenter. Yeah, there we go. More current.
But yeah, that's the album. Now we're gonna roll on over the Spare Tire, which is just whatever else we've been listening to for the past week. So what about you, Coop? What have you been up to? I guess it's been 3 weeks now. It's been a
couple of weeks. I've been listening to quite a few new albums actually.
Yeah.
Just to catch up on what we've been listening to. Excuse me. It's been coming out in 2025. Listen to the new Clips album, like God Sort 'Em Out. Mm-hmm. Which is a fantastic rap album. Very dark, but extremely well put together with production by Pharrell. Listen to the new Jane Remover album. That was good. The new Backwash album, also good. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, a lot of these albums are actually pretty dark. The album City Drowned in God's Black Tears by Infinity Knives. Okay. Yeah, that sounds which cool. I cannot recommend that album. A lot of interesting ideas. Some of the lyrical content on that is insane, though. Pirouette by Model Actress. Yeah, honestly, actually, I've been listening to a lot of dark stuff, actually. I don't...
is that why you're running so fast?
To outrun my demons.
Yeah.
Is there any lighter stuff? Lord, what have I been doing here? Blowout Comb by Diggable Planets. Is like a really good 90s jazz rap album.
Okay.
So that one you could probably put on at a party and not get a weird look for. So now, what about yourself, Sam?
Not too crazy much. I was on a bit of a Beatles kick for a bit. I've really not listened to much Beatles, I'll be honest. And then Seychelles again, of course. More Takanaka, some on guitar. And I kind of, within the past, week or so, I've kind of been listening to Worthy Kids music quite a bit.
Oh, what, the animator?
Yeah, because originally it started as a way for him to make music. So I was listening to him. Some of those really got stuck in my head. He actually made one of his songs as a Weird Al version of one of his songs, as if Weird Al wrote a parody of it. He
parodied one of his own songs.
He parodies one of his own songs as Weird Al. He even has the accordion, and he does kind of a Weird Al voice for it. That one was weird.
That's pretty funny.
Just been listening to some of him. I've not been doing a ton of music, honestly. I should try and get into it, but I've been more podcasty as of late.
Fair enough.
But that's all we got for you this week. If you've liked what you heard and you want to hear some more, you can scroll down on the Twitch page, click the picture of Jeff Lynne, and that'll take you to YouTube, where almost all of our past episodes are. And if you're on YouTube and you want to watch us live, there's a link to Twitch in the description. And Sundays, usually every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we'll be here reviewing something new. And to know what we're reviewing, we got a Blue Sky.
Yeah, you can follow us at Blue Sky at Audio Shop Pod. That's POD. And we'll let you know what album we're listening to and when we're listening to it.
But with that, I think that's all we got.
Yep. See you later, shoppies.
See ya.